The audacity of you immediately coming out of the gate and calling me a nerd is so wild. Oh my gosh. But that being said, though, what's going on, bruh? How you doing? Happy Monday, the night before maintenance. That's kind of crazy, actually, but I usually don't really think about it too often, except for when there's like a whole 24 hours, you know? So I already like forgot that we were going to be having only like an hour and change to actually like, you know what I mean? It's kind of wild, but yeah, what's up, bro? We in here. We are chilling. That being said, though, I just finished going through quite literally every single friggin' retainer in my entire account. Um, Dude, I gotta tell you, I did not realize how long it takes. I have to sit there and press like cross, circle, down, cross, so you know. Oh my gosh. That being said, though, yeah, we're here, and I'm gonna sling out like a quick little daily. Is my character's nope? Okay, I don't know. All right, so we just like giving all the love to Timmy. I see, I see, I see. Well, that's what it's there for. Oh my gosh. We really like Timmy, huh? Yo, what the f... So I had like a dream last night. It's a very, like a, you know, but essentially in the dream, I kid you not, I was making channel point redeems. And I remembered two of them that I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna do this, you know what I mean? Timmy is the real strummer Nodders. Take that back. He's not the one with the controller, alright? That being said, though, if he had a controller, then he could play, but he don't got a controller, so he can't play. So what that mean, bruh? We just hot and ready to start causing some drama, eh? He's controller, you with his mind, with you to play. What? He's controlling me with his mind for me to play the controller. I see. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, okay. So it is actually just him playing, and I'm the puppet. Okay, okay, okay. Yellow man, hands up. You caught me. My gimmick is being exposed. I am in fact being ventriloquized. Is that a word? Ventriloquisted? Ventriloquist? Twisted? Timmy's a ventriloquist and he's making me talk, but the words of my mouth moving are very human-like, and so therefore, you know what I'm saying? It just looks as if like... Yo, what? Alright. Also today, in case anybody wasn't aware, puppeteering? Yeah, but like... Oh, that makes more sense, actually. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. You're right, you're right, you're right. Okay, puppeteering. But I'm not a freaking puppet. I'm a real boy, you know? I'm like Pinocchio, except like I don't lie about anything because like my nose doesn't grow. My nose is small and petite and cute. You're a Muppet. Wow. Yo, can I get like a band check somewhere? This slander's crazy, bruh. It's alright though. No, I'm kidding. Alright. Well, that being said though, we're here till 9, and then game goes down. I'm not really under the impression that we're doing anything today. Yeah, first 4.3. I'm glad you asked, because you know what better way to actually answer that question by doing it at the start of the stream when there's no one here. All right, so here's the thing. I'm gonna log in with my ether character, yeah, and then I'm gonna log out at Rogers. There's one thing that I started doing every single patch just because of the discovery of top weapons for Viper and Picto, right? With Duncho Start. We gonna go cycle through every ultimate vendor just out of like curiosity to see what they got. Yeah. Well, we'll check totems, but more so we're gonna see if there's new weapons. Cause I mean again I heard this you know, this rumor, And the rumor kind of sussy baka, but you know, so we'll see. What's up, Claw? How's it going? But yeah, so I heard that rumor. I want to just check it out. I don't got like insane hopes. I just, you know, it's a rumor. I can spare 4 minutes of my day to check and just be like, you know what, yay or nay, you know, simple as that. So yeah, would it give me a reason to get some nice glowy sage weapons if true? Yeah, you know, I mean, I think it's really important for the game that they actually put that into consideration. You know, considering that the more jobs get newer, the more the content also gets older, the worse it kind of gets across the board. Because I'll tell you right now, when there is like literally no weapons for a job like Viper Picto, but there are a ton for a job such as like Paladin, people kind of get like, man, like a little bit of FOMO, you know? Because also, one thing that I've always felt a certain kind of way about is some jobs are really good in older content, for example, and in other ones, not so much. But the problem is that you can simply just go into the content with those jobs, and people just would like to get the totem for the weapon that they cleared the fight with, is my thought process to it. You know what I mean? So for me, as somebody who loves Gunbreaker, I would love to go clear Uwu Yuka with Gunbreaker and then get a weapon for Gunbreaker, but I can't do that. So it's kind of, you know, it's like a little like shmeh. I also talked with a hardcore raider like a while ago during Endwalker, and he and I actually shared the same opinion, which I thought was fascinating because I didn't think that anybody else was gonna feel that kind of way about what was being talked about, and we came up with the agreed conclusion that if you want to get a weapon for a job, you have to clear it with that job. You know what I mean? So like, if you want like a red mage weapon, you got to clear the ultimate with red mage, and the totem you get doesn't give you a totem to pick weapon. You get it. You just get the weapon in like your inventory, for example, with whatever job you cleared it with. So that way you're like kind of required to play other jobs if you want to do it that way. What's up, Matt? How you doing, bro? So yeah, now do I think that's a good idea? No, but would I like that idea? Yes. So I thought it was a very fascinating conversation that he and I had. It was just really cool, honestly, because again, I think that giving players an option to try out other jobs, I think, is always a really cool thing, especially the more often jobs come out. So in theory, if 8.0 comes out, right, and then we get like a tank and a fizz range as expected, then once again we're going to enter that problem where there's going to be 7 ultimates out, and then chances are those 2 jobs will only have access to like 1 while another job that's older has access to 7, you know. So like, fingers crossed, you know. That guy does not really net. Okay. So, she is still having the gap for the old Umbo box and real animation is amazing. Well, I think also, I mentioned this before stream. I'm gonna make a video about this at some point during the week, when like the buzz of content not like dies down, but you know, it kind of like you know, just gives me like a chance to make a video. So I actually like coming up with the theory videos, or like what if videos, or like what would be cool if this was the thing, or whatever that is. Hi Nerflunk, how's it going, dude? I love the Chikorita, that's so cute. So cute. We're just kind of like starting the yappening, you know. So hope you're enjoying your evening today, you know, and also looking forward to 7.3 tomorrow. So yeah, like for me, I was working on a rework video for Summoner, but that video is very tricky because of one tiny small little detail I cannot wrap my head around, and it's involving the summoning of like this stuff, which is like it's a whole process. So of course, what better thing to do than to keep on working on that video when instead I can just make another video. But this video, I think, has much higher impact by like how it may operate with the thoughts in mind, and it's involving materia. So I think a lot of folks have talked about how they want the materia system to be reworked and more interactive, for example, and not just like you know, put as much direct hit in your stuff and then like not care sort of thing. which I get. And so I forgot where or what I was doing, but I came up with an idea, and I said, "Oh my God, Siri, record!" And then I like wrote it down, or I talked to her for like a good 5 minutes about like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta do this, this, and this, whatever." So I will eventually make that video. When? I don't know. But I would like to start it like this week, because like usually my videos are just like unedited. There's like nothing to do to them. It kind of depends. So yeah. I actually want to edit this video, and I'm also editing the summoner video, but that's why it's so tricky, because I'm not an editor, you know, so I'm trying to like learn how to do things. So remove direct hit, it's just crit with another name and another layer of RNG, make it affect our permit I mean, no, I don't mind direct hit being a thing, but I understand that direct hit is like kind of annoying with how it operates. So I mean, I'm not if I do rework the materia system in a video, for example, like the idea of direct and crit is just not even like a conversation. I have like a much more complicated way of reworking the materia, and I don't know if I want to like talk about it without necessarily giving away like a hinting thing, but I think that if they brought it in the game, people would be going crazy over it, because the video idea, or the idea of the materia thing, is like really, really sick. And I think the objective of the materia system, the rework at least in my mind, is to not force, but give players inspiration to go out and like explore the world. Well, and also like do content. So yeah. Because an interview was like recently released about Yoshi P talking about 7.3, which it's crazy that the interviews provide more information and context than like the live letter. So, if you don't know already, based off of that article, 7.5 is getting the ultimate. They've already, he already in that article is like, yeah, we're not making it 7.3, we're getting it 7.5 1000%. There's an ultimate coming out for 7.x. What's really, like, for lack of a better word, annoying about that is that he just didn't say that in the live letter. He just said, like, oh, by the way, there's no ultimate in 7.3. Which people were kind of like, well, you know what I mean? People were obviously like not cool with that, but there was just no clarification on when there would be an ultimate if we did get an ultimate. And it turns out that we are getting one. It's just not going to be 7.3. But then again, we got quantum rating, which is basically an ultimate, and so that's a thing. And so like, yeah, actually, JK, we are getting an ultimate. It's just like, it's not called an ultimate. So sometimes that information gets, you know, hidden away from the concept of like what's going on, which kind of sucks, because like you know, I think they want to keep people in like the mysterious so that people can be excited for when things just kind of pop up in the face. But sometimes that content doesn't even get looked at because there's just no information about it, you know what I mean? So we talked about this super briefly like yesterday, but the deep dungeon is a prime example of that. People just don't know that there's a harder like depth floor thing when it comes to deep dungeons, which I think is hilarious. So quite literally, people just don't know that once you complete like the first 50 floors of Palace, that there's anything beyond Palace. People think that 50 is like the last floor. I was shocked when I heard that information. And same thing with Orthos and Heaven on High. People just don't know that there's floors that go beyond 30, which is like, huh. So sometimes just making it very clear, like, yo, this is a thing, helps out, you know what I mean? Hi, Bitch. Hashim Jiao. How's it going? How's it going? Doing good, doing good. What's up, what's up? We're kind of just hanging out before we get ready for the wow, I can't English. Maintenance. There you go. I said maintenance. There you go. And then I think I want to try and play some, I want to like dabble a little bit in some Tetris. I kind of had like a Tetris itch recently. And then, I don't even know what else there is, actually. Oh, and then I might segue over to Guild Wars 2. It's crazy to me how many people just recently started getting into Guild Wars 2. Meanwhile, I already had the plug, you know what I mean? So it's kind of fire, though. That, It's cool to see people playing Guild Wars 2. But also in my mind, I'm like, hey, I played it first, even though I definitely didn't. So, anyways, there you go. Made proc today, even though it's maintenance. That's good. Nice, nice, nice. You saw in rage. Okay, okay, okay. Well, now you gotta simply just clear the fight, you know? I think you got it. You just gotta go for it. There's no, oh, the safe space is all the way over there. Maybe we don't need it. You know what? We don't need it. Hell yeah. Bam, ba, bam. Not get damage downs? Oh, I mean, that's fair. I think it's expected that everyone gets a damage down, so, yeah. Hate the form phase 3? Yeah. I kind of expect that, honestly. I think a lot of people don't really... People don't respect that phase. That phase is hard. So, yeah. Did I level up twice? No? Damn! Yo, that buff goes hard. Yo, easy mode. Oh, let me go do this now while I'm here, actually. I gotta, well, first off, I'm gonna log out. Right here. I'm gonna Primal real quick. I'm gonna go log out in Prime... No, sorry, Ether. Let me log out in Ether. And then I gotta go to Robbers. I gotta make sure that my other characters don't appear. Lamau. Alright. One tile's hard to read in the markings on the floor if you don't know where to stand. I don't care about that mechanic. I just kind of pray that the caster... People talk to me about one tile. I never pay attention to it. I just put the marker down and the stack thingy, and I just kind of go do my thing. I don't care. I never think about it. I don't even know why one tile is like a... Oh, I guess so you don't gotta run far with the tether. Yeah, I don't care. I don't think about it. I understand it, but I don't go crazy over it, so... Yeah. If I get it, I put it down wherever I put it down, and it's like GG's. And if the other person gets it, like the range, for example, then they put it down, and I'm like, alright. And then that's it. So, understandably, though, there's like a whole operation to it. So, yeah. Nope. I want to go to Roggers. Yeah. You don't gotta go that far with this Heather because the damage hurts pretty badly. I get that. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I played like caster with it once, and then I was like, yeah, I don't care. I just took mine to the wall next to the ad, and then the person put it down, and I dragged it over, and I was like, this is not hard. I don't know why people struggle with this so much. However, I understand that it has like a nice little change, if you will, in terms of like where to go and what to do, so... Alright. Just for the record. We're parking this character here. We wake up tomorrow morning with this character, and we check Bahamut if there's going to be a Gunbreaker weapon, and we check Ultima if there's going to be a Gunbreaker weapon. Yes? We are in agreement? Alright. That's the plan. So, fingers crossed we get ourselves some new ulti. Level fee. I don't know yet, though. It's not, like, expected or anything, but I think that there's, like, a conversation about the rumor, though, so, like, yeah. Otherwise, I don't really know where else I want to go. But chances are I'm probably gonna, Oh, I know that actually. Probably gonna go to, the place, where it's called. What's that place called? I'm probably gonna have to go to, like, Solution 9 at some point. No, I have to go to Wolves Den, actually. JK. Wolves Den will be my next destination. I want to look at all the PvP stuff, because it looks really cool. I've been stocked up on trophy crystals and wolf marks for an eternity. So yeah. Park Skull and Thule to get the augmented? Oh, okay. True. Oh, so you can get like your raid stuff up there. Oh, okay, because of the sacks and nuts. Gotcha. That makes sense actually. Okay. Yeah, Man, you freaking stole my house, bruh. Oh, they really put the house up already here too. Oh shoot. Okay. Not bad. What's up, Emma? Emma Watson. Yeah. Replay M6S? Yeah, I mean, good luck. And it's funny because I think that people are also really like trying to whatchamacallit? People want to continue like re-clearing the fights and whatnot, which I think is super cool. All right, let me snag like a quick trial real quick. I don't got to do anything. I'm just gonna chill. But yeah, I have full wolf marks and trophy crystals. I kind of like whatever. I missed my LB11 plot by 1, Oh, really? Oh, see, the number one house I want in this entire game is that house. Otherwise, I don't care. But obviously, larges are so competitively heavy to go for, so it's like whatever. I try. So my house is that blue one right up there. So ironically enough, that's a medium, and this is a medium. And I tried to put my bidding on this house because I can literally just be like a little bit closer to the summoning bell. But then I didn't win it, which is fine. I still have a medium. But I think for me, housing isn't going to matter until I can change the interior into a large and then decorate it. Because I don't really care about which size of housing I get, but obviously I want the large, if I can get the large. Oh my god, Bay! I love this fight. I had 20,000 wolves, 8,000 crystal PvP. Oh, okay, not bad, not bad. I built bad for Liz. Oh, you're alt? She's been kind of abandoned now. Probably M7 seriously? Oh, okay. I mean, simply put, clear the fight and then re-clear it again, you know? That's what I do. I just clear the fight with one character and then go back and clear it again with another character and then like, yo, cycle life, you know? So, that being said, though, once I knew that there was not going to be an ultimate 7.3, I was like, okay, I'm not going to bother clearing it with my third and fourth character. Stimky. Hi, Axel. You know what? That's crazy, because I was going to play Guild Wars 2 with you today because of the thing, but you call me Stinky, so maybe now I won't now. What's up? Put the knife down. I wish I could do the 7.3 content now, but I'll get there in a year. No, you won't get there in a year. We need facts. Brother, sit down. Who are you? We don't know who this kid is. This guy freaking... If you wanna, but I gotta go to bed like at 9 p.m. CST. You go to bed like in 2 hours? 27% stinky? That's just because I gotta like wash my hands or something. Yeah. How stinky are you though, out of curiosity, huh? How about you give me like a fact check on that situation, girl? Wait. I'm Big Show, man. Okay. Vanish. 14%. Alright. Hell yeah. That is wild. Alright, alright. Pin this. What, pin his 14? Oh, she got 11. Wait. Oh. Okay, I see. So y'all outing me right here because I'm smellier than a bunch of y'all. Alright, well, Sazu's stinkier than all of us, so like we can agree to disagree, you know? She got 100% stinky? Wait, did she really? Oh, wait. Yo, mods, can you get a pin on that? No, you can freaking find out, bro. Let me see that shit actually. Hell yeah. Yo, do it indefinitely, by the way. Hell yeah. Don't even get rid of that. Don't even get rid of that. Make that permanent, bro. Man, yeah, hell yeah, I like that actually. That's how he betrayed me. Could I travel to your world and add you as a friend? You could. I don't know about like right now though. But you know, if not now, then like definitely like in the future. So, Eagle Dedge. Pick one. But yeah, I mean, the character I'm currently playing with is on Ultras. I need man. That person declined the res. Did you see that? Yo, that was rude. Yo, that person declined the res. Yo, because I resed the dancer after the Viper and they didn't accept it. Yo, fact check, I mean. Alright, anyways. Are you stopping when 14 goes down or streaming other games? Yes. I mean, I'm gonna keep on streaming after 14 goes down. So yeah, we'll still be playing 14. Or not 14, we'll still be playing other games. I kind of bouncing around between what games I want to play though, so I kind of got like choices. You gonna play Osu? Brother, you think I'm young enough and smart enough to play Osu? No. That game literally hurts my entire brain. You gotta enter his Guilty Gear era. Oh lord, not the fighting games again. But anyways, yeah, I was kind of feeling like a little bit Tetris. I was thinking maybe Guild Wars 2, depending on like how I feel. And then, crazy enough, I downloaded Forza Horizon 3 because it's the one that I own, and I was like, yo, I kind of want to just play some racing games, kind of, you know what I'm saying? So like, yo, I mean, we got options, you know, because I'm not gonna check the patch notes when they come out tonight. I don't really care. I'll check the patch notes when we stream tomorrow morning. So yeah. Yes, it starts in an hour. So yeah, maintenance is literally in 1 hour. Like, you don't have a lot of time between now and then to play the game. That's what I'm saying, like, if anything, because I don't know if I'm going to go straight into content after this or not. So in any case scenario, like, I'm literally streaming almost all day tomorrow. So, but yeah. I think it was 2, we can, you just know. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll definitely like make it like a, you know, like a whole thing, for sure, for sure, for sure. Oh boy. I owe chat some punishing games. Yeah, I think that, I don't know why, and I hate to be the one to like admit this out loud, I think people would have a field day just like watching me play Tetris because I'm so bad at it. Very bad at Tetris. But the game is beautiful. And I literally beat the beginner mode, so I felt incredible, but then I know that there's 2 more difficulties after that. And listen, the first one was already the difficulty of an ultimate, so imagine the second and third difficulty, you know what I mean? But yeah. Play dance, yeah. I love Tetris. Listen, there are people, okay, there are people that know how to look at like the pieces before they're gonna come in, right? And then there's me, who like looks at the piece and then tries to figure out where to put it. I don't think ahead of time. So you can get rid of the next column. I don't look at it. I'm too stupid. Too stupid. So, are you new here? Yes. Totally. No. I mean, this fight I've done like 100 times. I love this fight though. This fight is fire. Decent, good fight. But yeah, and then I know we were playing Under Night as well. I think that people were like, "Yo, fighting games," and I was like, maybe. I also have Resident Evil downloaded. I deleted Monster Hunter Wilds, so there's that too. I could also play a Zelda randomizer. I was kind of looking into that as well. I got like a whole variety of options to play games with. I don't really think too much about it. I mean, I'll fight you in Guilty Gear. Okay, hear me out. Throw them on a wheel. I gotta download, like, everything. So. Well, no, I gotta download Guilty Gear. So. That being said, though. No, I didn't download it, but you make it sound like... The download won't take, like, an hour. It'll take, like, 5 minutes, okay? It's fine. Actually, I'm lying to you. It'll take less than 5 minutes. So if you want to play Guilty Gears after the fact, I mean, I'm down. I'm just saying, like, you know. Worst streamer. Not prepared. Chat, get him. Alright. That's so wild, because literally, I think of myself as, like, a very nice and chill streamer. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, bro? I think my white mage friend is gone. Oh, there she goes. That's rude. That's so... Alright. What's up, Shotgun? How you doing? Oh my god. We're starting out strong today, huh? Hey, yo. Did you just poop my nose? Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Leave my nose out of this. No, I poked your eye. My eye! Oh my god. Bro, that's really funny, actually. My leg! Yo, that's my favorite one. The freaking glass break into my leg is my favorite. That's the best one. Also, when he goes, rev up those fryers, he gets like thrown out of the Krusty Krab. Also cracks me up. Where's my crickets? Oh, did it not work? Okay. So, I gotta make an announcement about those, though. So, for some reason, the UI thing that I use for the announcements, or for the alerts, whatever, they had like an update. Like a literal update, so a lot of them are just like friggin' broken. For no reason, because I didn't change anything about them. So it's just like weird. He made me experience high tide, yo. Man, SpongeBob is so good, dude. I freaking love SpongeBob, man. So. Bam. I do forget older SpongeBob. It just kind of depends. Good great, he's naked. What the fuck was that? Timing. Why? That timing is ridiculous. Lord have mercy. I hope that OBS crashes on you. Axel just went live. You know what I'm saying? I'm losing. All right. Well, either way, though, I'm gonna have to just, you know, I just gotta deal with it. I gotta accept the consequences. Like, why would you make me do anything else? Whatever. Whatever, man. I'm just like living here in the moment. Scammed. What do you mean scammed? Okay, whatever happened, I didn't do anything, alright? So I don't want to hear... I freaking hate it here, bro. I don't want to hear... God. That person bought the house? Bunny foo-foo? Yo, I hope that you foo-foo. Whatever the hell that means, you know what I'm saying? Alright. Alright, I have a question. How would we feel about the, Did my channel just try to pufferfish it again? Oh, and French star me, too. The I don't know. Hold on. I gotta think. It only likes Axel. You know what would be crazy if it only affects certain people? Like, imagine you are banned from using channel points. That would be hilarious, actually. That's not what it is, though. So, I don't want to hear people start rioting because of the thing, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, though. Like, yeah. Oh, you know what's crazy? I never did my I can't even do 4 of these in like a thingy. Yo, I got 100 by not doing that. Whoa. Alright, wait a second. Where's Nope. Where is... Can I get like a...
Stop! Go!
I didn't even get to like press the button to like make the test. I turned it off and turned it back on, and then it just decided to freaking do it. That's crazy, actually. Yo, can you just like work with me? I did it again. Yo. That's freaking weird, bruh. Alright, well. Anyways. Hopefully that fixes something. How dare. How dare you, you know what I mean? Alright. I'm looking for... Oh, I gotta close that. Let me go ahead and find that. Beep, 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 beep. Alright. Yo, one more PvP run for the funsies, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm kind of down actually. There's literally nothing to do content-wise. There's just no shot that we got anything to do. That being said, though, if I see something hilarious like like an ultimate clear thing, granted we're on Primal Not Ether, but even still seeing it kind of cracks me up, you know what I mean? So I also already like completed the pass with this character. Damn, I didn't realize I was playing that much PvP. But I got 2 levels. There you go. Axel, what are you doing? 7.3 time. 54 minutes. We ride the high of the patch until it's over, you know what I mean? Once the purple announcement is like log off, it's like okay. You know, some people will play the game until it like kicks them out, and I'm only about that if I'm contenting with people, you know. Like if I'm in the middle of doing content with some person, then I'm like, oh yeah, sure, let's just like let's find out until we see who gets the first kick or something of the nature. But like I'm not going to be staying until like, you know, 9:03 or some blah blah blah. So yeah. However, I'd be kind of down though, you know? Why not? I'm just not like I don't know. I just kind of like I don't know. I can't really explain to you. I just don't. Is all. Yeah, I just don't. But like as soon as it hits 9 o'clock though, yeah, I press the log out button, I quit it, and then we change games, and then we just kind of chill out until the next day, you know? Bam, bam. Can I tell you how much I love how free-flowing you are to get into any roulette? Usually I'm feeling anxious to try and get queued up for roulette. Oh, really? I mean, I don't, you know. I just kind of throw myself into the situation and just kind of like figure it out, you know. What's up, Nick? How's it going, brother? Oh man, my pleasure, man. I'm glad that you had a chance to be live, that we can throw it your way, you know. I know that from Jazzy. I'm sure she's somewhere out there, you know, doing whatever she's doing. But definitely appreciate your community as well, you know. You are a wholesome vibe. Guys, if you guys don't know, Nick Beckwith is a homie, alright? I say give that man a follow. Man is going through the world of 14. And you know what I mean? If you want to see some incredible content, you know what I'm saying? Check that man's out. He's awesome. Follow W. I need more follows on him. But yeah, you know, we're kind of hanging out until the patch is down for maintenance in like 45 minutes ish. Some of that? Yeah, so we're chilling. I'm surprised how much I'm enjoying the game. That's good though. I mean, a lot of people, you know, I think that ever since there was like this recent discussion about the state of 14 and like the game, blah blah blah, whatever, people kind of try and put in their 2 cents about how they think about the game, which is obviously like fine. But I'm just glad that it doesn't deter people away from the game, because I know a lot of people kind of mixed feelings about it, you know. So I think that as long as you're enjoying it, just keep on enjoying it, you know. I couldn't ask you for anything else. So yeah, you're going to thinking you would enjoy it? No, of course not. I mean, I don't think so. I think that just sometimes, again, there's been a real recent, you know, there's been a real recent trend, I would say, in the 14 community for like the people who are UNC status like myself, where they don't like the current state of the game. You know what I mean? So that's all there is to it. So again, it just kind of depends on how you perceive the game. Some people are like diehards, which is cool, and other people are kind of like, you know. So yeah. So I'm just glad that he's somebody who actually enjoys the game, because again, we need more people like that. Gotta spread the positivity everywhere we go. I was treating it like an MMORPG, not an RPG MMO. Ooh, you know, talk about poetics. Oh my god, poetry. I love that though. I mean, that's how I also perceive the game, honestly. I don't really think about it that often, but like I pay more attention to the lore thing than I would ever pay attention to like the gameplay thing. But the gameplay thing is definitely like a super solid bonus. So like I'm glad that I enjoy the bonus of that, but yeah. So, did you win house? You know what? I didn't, but it's okay. I got back a full refund, so we're winning either way, you know? Like, it's like, do I want a house or do I want like 50 million? Either way, win-win. So, I'm good. But yeah. Actually, it was more like 70 million. I bid for a large and a medium, and then, we didn't win either one, which is like fine. It just means that I don't gotta decorate it, even though it doesn't matter, because I don't decorate it in general, so like, GG's, you know what I mean? Like your 5th try at the game. Oh, at like trying to play 14, or in terms of playing like PvP, because that I can understand as well. People kind of get nervous about playing PvP, especially if you're like a League of Legends person. I don't know why that game specifically, but people have a way of you know, I heard a lot of people like release a lot of steam when they play PvP. I will admit, like kind of sort of me too, but it kind of depends though. I just couldn't get into DVD. I mean, DBD is like a... Wait, DBD or PvP? Because if you're talking about Dead by Daylight, that's a much different game and conversation than what I thought you were going to be talking about. So, because I'm, you know, I'm a very different of a mentality when it comes to the Dead by Daylight game. So, yeah. Working with the Unk status, yeah. I come from WoW, where most people don't care about the lore, but smaller quests, etc. So you skip it. I'm enjoying taking it slow and taking it all in. Yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, you heard DBD. Oh, no, sorry. I mean, I meant PvP, but I mean DBD also. You know, man. It's all the same, honestly. PvP, DBD, the 3 letters, you know, on the keyboard, it is what it is. So, but yeah, I get that though. See, because like for me, I played World of Warcraft prior to 14 even being like a thing. But similar mindset, I was in that position where I just wanted to play the video game. So the game was fun, but there was a point in time though where I was also curious about the lore. And I guess judging from like your stance where you come from WoW as well, where people don't care about it, that's probably the main reason why I stopped playing the game as well. Because I wanted to get immersed in lore, because I just heard that it was good. But when I started playing the game, I just kind of didn't care for it, which, you know, probably not the best idea. But the thing is that, like, I'm a diehard Final Fantasy fan, so despite 14 being an MMO, if it wasn't an MMO, but it was a game like this, I'd still be playing it. Like, I like MMO games, but I don't play 14 because it's an MMO. I play it because it's a Final Fantasy. So if it wasn't a Final Fantasy, then I don't actually know, you know? But yeah, so I get that, because I've also tried to, after playing other MMOs, I wanted to figure that out for myself if I was an MMO person at all, or like not at all. So I picked up like Lost Ark, and I liked Lost Ark quite a bit, but I understand that the game is heavily gatekept by players, which is not my favorite cup of tea. You know, like with the rating and all that fun jazz. So the rating is cool though, and the jobs are cool, and the way that the game plays is really fun. But you know, you gotta play with like either friends, or you gotta keep up with the pacing of the game, and it's extremely fast. So it kind of burned me out before I had a chance to even like understand it. So yeah, but it's all good though. Oh my god, thank you for the sub, bro. I appreciate you. Totally get that. This is my first Final Fantasy except for 10-2 when I was younger, but I don't remember it. Okay. Sazu, tell Sess to call if you want to get some game. Axel, the best pink cat. What the what? Wait, Sazu, tell Sess to call me if and when he wants to game. Oh, is she like in the waiting room telepathy talking to me through the thing of the 14 session? Fight Axel one-on-one. What the I'm yapping over here. Alright, anyways. So, but yeah, I know a lot of players who just don't play Final Fantasy in any capacity, but they play 14, because they're playing it for the MMO experience, nothing else. Which I get, so. You're gonna call me, don't call me. I can't pick up, I'm in PvP. Friggin' multi-streaming conversations is crazy. So, but like I said, if you, I recommend that whatever you want to make out of 14, just play it with that exact mentality in mind, and I think that you will never get bored of the game, because there's people that play the game and their only focus is rating. People are only playing it for the sake of the lore, and I think again, like once you start to put a lot of those things into place, then I think you'll get like an idea of what you enjoy. So, you know, I think all the more reason. That was stinky as heck. Right. I was a message bringer and did my job. How much money did she pay you to send me a message? Because that's a lot, regardless of the price. You know what I mean? So yeah. Look, we got like 45 minutes. Okay, we're in a PvP match. I'm probably going to do like another one. And then once 9 o'clock hits, we you know, none. I'm sadly a slice of her whim. All right. Well, I mean, you know what? I think that as long as you're happy, you know, I can't really complain. But also, damn. I'm going to go onto her chat and be like, oh my god, he apparently bows to your beck and call. Is this true? And she'll be like, yes. It's like, alright, well, I am. So, either way though, I can't believe I'm being hit with like a cat threat over from a VTuber. A cat tuber about throwing some hands, even though she's got paws. You know what I'm saying? And also, she's going to be at the advantage because, like, you know, we played a game that I was apparently very familiar with, which, like, not at all. And now the roles have turned, you know? So what would happen if I actually start kicking butt, you know what I mean? Then what? Am I just a superior gamer? I don't want to make it seem like I got, like, an ego, because, like, I don't. But, you know, I mean, maybe we gotta find out. One way or another. We'll figure it out, though. So you tell her, 9 o'clock, be ready or be steady. Send. Alright, my yappening is back. So yeah. But Nick, I do appreciate you so much, bro. I hope you're having a good time with 14. I'm glad to hear that you are. And of course, if Unk has any insight, I'd say just, you know, keep on doing your thing. And then if you got any questions, I'm sure Jazzy the Extraordinaire, aka Super Pig, if you guys don't know, that's her new nickname, but, you know, spread the word. And fingers crossed that you, you know, yeah, keep on enjoying. Meanwhile, I might die. Nope, JK, I'm definitely dead. Oh, mate. No. The pinch was crazy, but alas. Alright. I'm trying to keep an eye out for... Oh, I mean, I wasn't going to forget. Super Pig is hilarious. Now, that being said, though, I'm wondering if... Oh, you know what's crazy, actually? Jazzy's here, but she's definitely just, like, lurking. So, I mean, eventually, she's bound to be like, what? And then you know, anything you can tell yourself. And if she does magically start typing, which, like, she shouldn't, because, you know, she's a celebrity in the crowd, and so imagine me, like, a random peon being like, oh my god, hi, and then, you know what I mean? Then she'll, be like, I don't have time to deal with Session because, like, I'm too famous and cool for him. I'm totally kidding. Although, I wonder if she would ever act like that as, like, a joke. Maybe, though. Nah, so long story short, there's an anime called Super Pig that was only dubbed in English in New Zealand. Oh, okay. And apparently it didn't exist anywhere else, but I didn't know that growing up. Oh, okay. I'm still trying to process that it's off of an anime. I would have never expected that to be the answer. It's an anime. Oh, he stole my freaking point, bro. She was wearing a pig costume yesterday, so I called her Super Pig? Wait, she was? I didn't know her to be like a costume girl. Okay. Wait, this is new lore for me now. Let me find out that I can create an incentive in her stream in the form of like a subscription sub thing or like a channel point thing and make her wear like random hilarious costumes. I think with enough time and effort, which it sounds like it doesn't require that much time or that much effort, we can make it happen. So I'm kind of down. That being said, though, Super Pig snowboard anime. Oh, wait, this is older than I thought, actually. Oh snap! Jump at the incredible theme song. Oh, please do, absolutely. There's a theme song that's apparently like a thing. The thing that baffles my mind is that it says 1994. Oh, wow, that's long. That's a long time ago. Wait, we gotta put this away for a second. Bring this out and press play. Oh my god, the graphics are so 1994. Oh, this is in English? Nah, we're gonna have to step away from the PvP match temporarily. I need to visually stop it. Oh my god, this is Fox Kids. Damn. What's really funny is like how quiet the volume actually is. Oh, because that person's got the volume low. Right. I've never seen that in my entire life. That was golden. So thank you for sharing that. What in the world? Who would have thought, you know? Super, super big. Now it's gonna be stuck in my head. I really hope that that song summons her. You know what I mean? That would be super funny, actually. What's up, One Stinky? How you doing, brother? I really hope that Jesse's like, wait, did you just play Super Pig? And it's like, oh my god, look, it's her. It's her herself. And for freaking out, I mean. Real celebrity, by the way. Here's me thinking everyone watched that when they were young. Well, it's funny because I didn't realize how popular anime actually was. Oh, you know what? That was a smart play, actually. Because I grew up watching like Cartoon Network and like Toonami, for example, and so I knew about all of those shows. But even still, it never actually occurred to me that that it was like an anime, like from Japan. I thought that all cartoons were American. But it never occurred to me that there would be cartoons from other countries and cultures that, you know, so I thought that the art style was like a very particular art style. I was like, oh, this is the same art style as Dragon Ball. Only for it to be like a freaking anime thing. And I was like, oh, different genre entirely. Because different country. Gotcha. And then people were like, oh yeah, you don't know about you know, like Naruto and like Bleach and One Piece and Detective Conan and all these other shows. Yeah, those are all animes. And I'm like, wait, so you're saying that like every single one of these is from Japan? And they're like, yep. And it's like, you know what, Mom, I want to move to Japan because they got cartoons over there. And she's like, no. But you know, because I grew up loving like Looney Tunes. So also, I'm pretty sure you and I are the same age, so like it's like not a big deal. But yeah, I grew up loving like all the Cartoon Network, you know, Channel 22, Boomerang, Top Cat, friggin' Captain Caveman, all those oldies, Dexter's Lab. The list is extensively long. And I will always have a place in my heart for cartoons. Like TV just doesn't really do it though. You know what I mean? Top Cat, if I got that one, you know, I'm telling you, there is an extensive list of cartoons. Yeah, it is it's pretty bad actually, I would dare say. But yeah, because Dexter's Lab is like a classic one that people think about. But then when I mention like Freakazoid, people are like, "Oh, oh my god!" You know, like I said, there are a lot of cartoons. Because then you forget about like Pink Panther, Huckleberry Hound, Wally Gator, friggin' Pinky and the Brain. The list is long. A lot of classic cartoons that go beyond Looney Tunes. So yeah. I remember, what was it, last summer I think it was? Yeah, I went to my friend's house, and because I, you know, it's rare to meet anybody who's got like cable nowadays. So I almost forgot that cable was even like a thing. So when I started to, I spent like a weekend at my friend's house, she's like lives in a whole different state, and she just took out her like a giant clicker. Darkwing Duck is a classic, another one, easy banger. But yeah, she took out like a little like a clicker controller and then was cycling through channels, and I was like, wait, you have cable? She was like, yeah. What do you mean? It's like, wait, give me this. Boomerang, and I found that channel, and I was like, okay, how much money do you want to give me like 24 hours to this channel where you just don't bother me for a whole day? And she's like, yeah, but you're here for 4 days. I was like, yeah, I know, I just need one day. And she's like, I mean, all right, I'll go to the back room with my mom, and like they went to go smoke, like smoke weed or whatever. I'm not like a person of the ganja smoker, but I was like, yeah, I was like, give me like a, let me go get like a sandwich, and I'll be right here. And then literally 7 hours passed by. They went to the movies, they went to the beach, they went to like a party, they came back. I was still in that same spot, just like this, just television the whole time. Nothing mattered. I was lost in translation with all those old school cartoons. It was wonderful, actually. Tailspin, Captain Planet, Batman Arc. Oh my god, Batman animated is the best. One of the best cartoon intros of all time. It's and like yeah, it takes me back. Yeah, they played Teen Titans. Like, I'll never forget Slade as a villain, let alone, and then Robin's in control, and then just like a whole man. Times were so much simpler back then. It really was. It was so insane, actually. That's why it makes me so happy to think about all the times that I used to love it. Because then I think about cartoons that are now like out nowadays, and then nothing immediately like hits me in terms of like the nostalgia. You know, Gargoyles is a great one too. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Because I knew that there were still like a lot of newer ones. There was like see, it's hard to come up with the name sometimes. But they have like Steven Universe, I think, and something with Gumball, something like that. I don't remember, but I never watched them. I never had an interest. They were not. I want to remember which was a cartoon, like the year of a cartoon that came out. Oh, Adventure Time. Is that what the one it is? Well, there's Adventure Time also. There's another one though. It's like a blue and like orange. They look like cats or dogs, I think. It's something like that. But yeah, those are also. I know that that one was like a really good cartoon, you know. But I'm trying to think about what year it was where I kind of stopped watching like cable cartoon. I want to say Legend of Korra is kind of where it started to start going downhill. But I think it was because like I was just getting older and then like I was in college, so that was kind of like a blocking point for that. And then once I graduated college, it was like, well, let's just start playing video games. And then as soon as I graduated college, I picked up 14. Well, I picked it up again, but yeah, because I played 14 very briefly, like during 1.0, and then also again in like 2013. I made like an account, and I lost the account, which is like fine. And then yeah, when I graduated, I was like, okay, cool, we'll like come back to it later. And then here we are. So, but now I don't watch TV anymore. Oh, not as much as I used to. So there's that as well. But recently, I've been catching up on rewatching CSI, which man, I forgot how much I really did enjoy like watching cartoons back then, but television also was like a whole different vibe. So I also love watching just like good old classic American TV, at least. I think it's American. So like, yeah, gotcha. When I left home, that's definitely when I started watching. Yeah, what's it, 2010ish? Yeah. So that makes sense to me as well, because I just was so like lost in the social world of just meeting people and interacting. And you go to parties, you kind of do work, you do homework, you do like whatever else, all except for television. But then also, was it 2013? I think so. That was the year that I think Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, and I know everybody who played video games that didn't do anything else except just play Grand Theft Auto. So, and like, ooh, okay, classic fight. But yeah, and then I almost wish that I instead was playing 14, but because everyone was playing GTA, I just didn't feel inclined to play 14, and that's why I also was playing GTA. That being said, though, I liked it a lot. So there's 3 Vipers and a Bard in this party. Oh shoot. Okay. And they're doing Mage's Ballad first. Okay, this party is going to be interesting. I will see. But yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, I think that the cartoon world is still... I mean, anime is what's, like, going crazy right now, you know? So, there's some, K-pop... something? K-pop Demons? I don't know. It's on Netflix or something. It's apparently, like, insanely loved. And everyone's going, like, nuts over it. But I could not be able to keep up with whatever it was. K-pop Demon Hunters is yeah. Okay. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, I heard it was really, really good. So I said that I would at some point give it a watch, which also requires Netflix, which I haven't had in quite some time. But I did hear it was insanely good though, so yeah. Because the last show that I watched that I was very like, oh okay, this is like a thing, was Arcane, but I like don't know a thing about League of Legends, so I understand that if you're I know that the lore is super in-depth when it comes to League, but I don't play the game. But people were going crazy over that show, so that I also, like, understand. But yeah. I don't usually watch new stuff, but when it was told I had to, I'm so glad that I did. Oh, okay, okay. So, like, it actually sold you on the idea behind the show? Okay, okay, okay. Sounds like, it definitely needs to be given, like, a watch. Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of folks who are like, listen, you have to watch this show. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll give it a shot. But when that happens, I cannot tell you. There's not a definitive time. I'm so late and behind when it comes to watching anything, like television wise. So, because, I mean, I'm still, like, I don't have a clue about Game of Thrones. Like, I've never even watched Game of Thrones, which I know people get so mad at me for. But owning HBO and, like, 20 other, subscriptions is, like, is tough, you know? So... But I'm content though. I usually like spend a lot more time watching other streamers now because like, you know, we stream and then of course the occasional YouTube. But yeah, so that's all good though. Ooh, we got the 6 pattern. Well, I mean, that being said though, there's obviously still so much awesome stuff to look forward to. Uh-oh. Wait. That pattern is not correct. Interesting, actually. For sure, for sure. I set something to watch when I want to within a month, and I... Oh, yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's also what I'm learning as well, is that you watch what you watch in the moment, and then you're like, all right, well, I had my fill, and I'm good to go until the next big thing comes out, whatever that it ends up being. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. I wanted to get back into watching something via, like, a subscription service, because I think there's just been such a pattern of shows, and people are like, this show is super good, you have to watch it, and it's like, okay, well, if I'm being told that it's worth watching, I clearly am missing out otherwise, so. Well, I know that it's tough, though, because again, like, TV is such a... I don't know, it seems so, like, foreign now at this point. So, I think I should know. Because unfortunately now, I think that, like, I spend a lot more time watching whatever's on, like, the news, which sucks because that means that I'm acting just like my parents, where they also keep up with whatever is on the news. So it's like, ugh. Like, I don't care about what's happening in the news. Oh, wait! That was not correct. It was, that wasn't correct. Or am I just dumb? No. Okay, I don't know. It was Blue Bomb, and then it was, Alright, I just gotta deal with it. I don't actually have a clue. Gotta deal with it. Alright. Normally, like the Savage version, I can turn my brain off, but that one, it's crazy how that mechanic messes me up more so than the other version that I normally deal with. So, anyways. It's alright though, for sure. I do hope, though, at some point in time, as you continue to play this game, you get an opportunity to do some of these raids, because they are exceptionally high amounts of fun. This is like one of the more, like, most recent ones. I don't know if you've seen anybody play it, though, but yeah. Also, I understand. Sometimes the difficult thing for sure about being like a new content or being a new 14 player is watching other streamers and then seeing them do content and be like, what the hell is this? And then, you know what I mean? Then you got to figure it out eventually, but it might take a while because of just the way how the content is released. Because usually the community is so, like, unbelievably strict about spoiling anything mechanically. Either you care about the spoiler a lot or you don't care at all. And it's funny because it kind of tells you right away what kind of person you're dealing with. Weirdly enough, because that's me. I'm one of those people that's like, I don't want to know anything about the spoiler. I take the thing so serious, it almost it's like scary. I turn into an entirely different person when it comes to spoilers. It's like, don't tell me anything. I don't want to know what the color of the hair is. I don't know what, like what time of day is happening. Like a name thing. I want to know like no details. Uh-oh. I don't have I try to pay attention to the game when I raid people because yeah, exactly. And that's the thing too, is like I would almost been like, oh, I wish that we didn't do a raid that you haven't seen or done yet, because that way you can be excited for it if the opportunity comes that you can do it yourself, because like, again, I won't spoil anything about it. But that being said, though, this raid is really, really fun, and the mechanics are awesome, and the music is so good. So yeah, understandable. Cause I'm on the same mindset. Like I usually, whenever I raid out to people, it typically goes in like one of two ways. Either I will be somebody that raids out to somebody who I know is like either like I'm at speed with like MSQ, so we follow somebody else who's like not up to speed. That way, like again, we don't say anything spoiler wise, but we just support the homie. Or if I'm doing certain kind of content like a boss battle or something, then we'll find people who do the boss battle thing at like equal value. So if I'm doing like a ultimate, which I don't know if you know what those are yet, but I mean I'm sure you do, because Jazzy does them, then yeah, I would also find somebody who's doing like the exact same ultimate. That way there's no like, oh my gosh, because yeah, I'd never you don't really know. Okay, well, I will say they are very, very fun, and they're challenging. And I don't know if you did like hardcore rating in WoW, but that is the 14 hardcore content, if anything. They're called ultimates. So they are, man, they're so good. They're so good. I cannot emphasize how good they are. Yeah, I do love me some ultimates. But yeah. Oh, no. Okay, wait. Let me see what other people are doing at the moment. What in the world is this game? Because I think now though, because like I didn't have an MMO mouse until like a couple of weeks ago. I kind of want to go back and play other MMOs now that I have like a MMO mouse, because I actually have like the buttons on the side, and these things go kind of crazy actually. I underestimated how strong these buttons are. Hi Padya, how's it going, girl? Welcome on in. Are you doing Uwu with Kiwi? I know it's funny because Liz asked me if I wanted to join, and I said that I would, but I was keeping an eye out for her doing Uwu, and then when I turned her stream on, she was already in there, and I was like, oh shoot. Oh yeah, no. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I see a Pictomancer in there, so I was like, who was that? But I know Liz is oh, I wonder if I can like see names or something in nature. Wait. Oh yeah, she's in there. Oh, I don't know who that person is. Oh, and then there's Xion, and then there's somebody named Grab. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I just said that Scimitar Elite from Corsair. They send you stuff. See, that's when I hope one day that I reach that level where people are like, "Hey, we think you're really cool, and we're gonna send you some like merch to try out." But it's funny because like when it comes to content stuff, I know nothing. Oh, that looks really cool. That mouse looks fancy cool. It actually looks similar to mine's, so I feel almost as cool because it's like relatable, you know what I mean? But yeah. But It's funny because people have asked me if I would ever convert to mouse and keyboard if I tried playing 14, and I said that I wouldn't. But that's just because I've been a 14 player since the PS3 era. Controllers watch me. Oh, I mean, yeah, I can't explain it. I'm a big creature of habits, so if I've committed to a thing since the at the beginning, I kind of just hard commit to it, unless I'm like super uncomfortable, which never happens. Um, so yeah, when I first started playing this game, it was in PlayStation 3 era. So and then when I upgraded to PS4, it was just using PS4 controller. And then I was like, oh my gosh, you know? And then during the Shadowbringers era, which is like, what, like 2019, 2020, I think I want to say, then I got a PC, but I still was like, I I plan to still play controller. So people had the same reaction that you have as well when they're like, oh wait, Session's playing controller? Like what in the world? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I mean, like, fun fact, the majority of the player base plays controller. Uh, when they did like a populace recently about like a poll, and they track how many players have their configuration set to which one, like which mode, and the majority of it is apparently controller, which shocked a lot of NA players because a lot of American players or people that play out NA data centers, I would say, play with keyboard and mouse, but then a lot of players in Japan play with controller. So yeah, I like the option as well because I think that eventually in the future, I mean, I'd like to try to figure it out, you know, but to switch over from keyboard and mouse to from controller is just so weird. Wait, I wonder if I can like figure out like the. I have to still keep on going. Wait. Whoops. But yeah, I use the camera like a crazy person, so the controllers wallet me. Oh, you mean like when you turn and whatnot, you kind of like fully 360 spin, whatever? See, that's my thing. Is like if I was playing on keyboard and mouse right now, like I changed the configuration to. I know people play by holding right click and then they left click to move whatever. Like I understand that, and then they want to transform like a 180 turn. They do this. I wouldn't be able to do that. I would move with WASD. I really would, which would not be good. Because the thing is, like, here's my other problem. People, people click. What's like an easy example I can show you? Actually, okay, here. I can't do it on a keyboard. I'm gonna forget. But if I go to like, let's say like Astrologian, and then let's say I do like a duty support thing, and then let's say I go to like Brayflux. Did you get your house? No, I bid for a medium and a large, and then I didn't win either one, which is like fine. I don't mind regaining all my guild back, so it's not the worst thing ever. But I mean, I'll keep on trying so long as there's like mediums and larges to get. But yeah. So what fascinates me is that when people see me play Astro, they're like, "Oh my god, you actually can like manually click between people and give them cards." But like if I try and do that on a keyboard, well, first of all, my hotbar isn't set up, so GG's on that situation. But I would not be able to play Astro by because people move their mouse, which you can't see because I don't have it on. But people like move their mouse and then they target the thing and then they press like the heel. I literally can't do that. My mouse, when I play 14 KBM style, my mouse does not move. So I'm the one who's like, how do they do it when they play keyboard and mouse? Because I don't see how it's possible. I wouldn't be able to manually like click on a person's name and then press a button and whatever. If I was able to like, how do you target people in oh, it's F buttons. Wait, really? F1, 2, 3, 4? That's so much. That's so complicated. Yeah, I would not know how people do it. It's so striking. My prayer list is close to the middle. Oh, that makes sense too then, actually. Because you could move it like down here, so it's easy to like click in without having to drag far across. It's funny because it still wouldn't help me. It still wouldn't help me. Yeah, I would struggle immensely. If anything, what I would do is, um, hmm, I have to think. I feel like I would like make it like an alt thing. I think I'd do like alt 1 or alt 2. No, can you do that? Oh no, yes, because you I would do the I do the macro thing where you can press like alt 1 and then it would pick the like the person. Or I would just press F1 and then do it that way too. That is complicated for me. So instead, I just resort to the, yeah. But I get it though. Like I get it. Because you can see how much faster I am by with like my thought processing versus the keyboard and mouse thing. But because the F1 through 4 thing works also on controller, but I don't have to do that. But yeah, I think actual players use mouse over macros, mouse over and macros, mouse over. What that? Oh, you mean like when you just take your mouse cursor over a person's name and then you press a button? Wait, how do you do that with? Wait, so if I like that doesn't work. Okay, okay. Cause I'm thinking like, oh, the name is highlighted yellow, sure, but no, I'd have to like click and then target and then, but that would not be. How do you make a mouse over thing? Is that like a setting in the controller configuration? I will one day, like one day, I will sit here and I'll try to figure out how to play with keyboard and mouse. I will one day sit down and figure it out, but that is so much effort. That being said though, what job do I have available for the I think I have Gunbreaker as hotbar setup. I want to say. Wait, let me see. Wait. Uh-oh. Where's my entire everything? Oh, it's down there. Um, uh-oh. You need a special thingy to set. Oh, you need like a thing. Okay, that's already too much effort. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I could make that happen, honestly. I understand it though. But yeah, I'm as the kids say, I'm old. So I need like the traditional style of how to blah blah blah. How do you is it you? It's you. Okay. Oh, for the macro? Yeah. I kind of understand that that's what that is. What do I kind of want to just like fight like you know what I mean? 13 minutes? Okay, GG's. Oh, wait, I have an idea. I have a better idea. Wait, I can do how do you duty support? There isn't a button for it. Okay. I'm gonna do a content with duty support and I'm gonna try it. I can't get back to my world? Nope. Once yeah, they told you to just kind of like deal with it. So GG, you know. GG, I'm stuck. Yeah, that's why like what I made sure that the character that I was gonna like log in with in the morning tomorrow, I would just log out at the location I wanted to, and then with this character, I would just stay in place, so that way I can make sure I don't have to like have that issue. Yeah, because you can't teleport or anything of that nature. You're stuck. Um, yo, wait. Shift 0. Wait, okay, wait. I'm kinda here. Okay, wait. Alt. I think it's Alt 1. Okay, wait. I'd like to give. Wait, where's my buttons at? No, I pressed Windows. Hold on. Okay, wait. Yeah, like I said, GG's. People who can effectively do this is They are better than me because I'm never gonna be able to figure it out. Where's I'm like trying to look for buttons. Yeah, this is so cool. But also like so weird. I will sit down one day. My goal now that I have a mouse is to figure out how to do like a content thing. Muscle memory? Oh no, yeah. I mean, that's like the big ticket to this whole thing is figuring out muscle memory stuff. But I lose my thumb all the time in my buttons. That's really hilarious actually. So yeah. No, I choose my burst button. Alright, well, GG's. Oh, wait. Does my character still face the other way when I hold right click? Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm like a natural, yeah? No, I'm lying. Oh, I can left click also. Oh. Oh, okay. That's how standard players can cheat gaze mechanics? Yeah, I kinda understand that, so it makes sense. Cause yeah, you can just kinda click away the whole time. Yeah, you click away and oh, that's what you do. You hold the click run thing, but you press like, I'm pressing S and I can't move. Yo, that's how you do that? Oh. If I let go of S. Oh, interesting. I would have never figured that out in the middle of like a content thing. Oh, interesting. Okay. Former Titan looks funny when you're used to watching Uwu. Oh, you know what I mean? Imagine I was doing Uwu with keyboard and mouse though. I don't think that I don't think I'd hear the end of it. Yo. So yeah. I'll figure it out. If I do T, no. How do you teleport without pressing teleport? Oh, is that just is that my control 4? Oh, control 4. Okay. Where's where am I going first and foremost? If anything, I don't really care. I'll just go to Gudonia. Cause I want to most likely I'll PvP quite a lot tomorrow in prep for like a lot of things. But like yeah. And then wait, I have a how do people have the hotbar? Oh, I guess they just have a hotbar for that. That's actually fair. Because I'm like pretty sure all of my how many hotbars do you get? Is it 10? Wait, there's 8. There's a 9th one right there. There's a pet hotbar. I got them both things so I can buy something. Ooh. Yeah, I know for sure my priority in terms of like I'm gonna get the crafted and gathering gear. That's gotta be like a requirement by very quickly. Hopefully the process of getting it though is not going to be insane because like getting the crafted and gathering gear is going to be an actual nightmare because unless it's like not that difficult because of you know what I mean. People are going to put this up on the market board for sale for a gigantic amount of money. It's going to be disgustingly way too high. So yeah. So, alright, I'm actually gonna just like log out. I'm kind of content with that actually. Okay. Now, while I do that, can I change the movie title to Shadowbringers real quick? There we go. I want to just download. Apparently, Axel wants to play Guilty Gear. Making me play like a fighting game and whatnot is crazy, actually. So. Oh, wait, which, where do I go for that? She gifted me. She was. Axel is so insanely nice to me, bro. She has literally just given me fighting games to be like, I want to play video game. I'm like, hell yeah. Where do you go to video games though? Oh, is it that? It is that. Okay. Doo -doo. Guilty Gear. 30 gigs? That's so much. Oh, that's my background, by the way. Shadowbringers trailer is peak. It's the best trailer in gaming history. It's not even like a discussion. I forget. I can't wait. I don't know if Nick is still here, but when Nick gets to Shadowbringers, I hope he gets like a gigantic box of Kleenex just to prepare himself for the amount of crying. You know what I mean? Gosh, man. I will hold the lot. Oh, God, I love Shadowbringers. I can't wait. I am so convinced we're gonna get like a Shadowbringers 2 somewhere in like the world of like MSQ between now and the end of the Golden Saga, you know? And so when we do, I'm gonna go nuts. Like imagine they give us like a Shadowbringers again, expansion wise, you know? Because I think what people have been doing recently is saying like, oh, you know, like Dawn Trail is basically Stormblood, you know, like kind of comparing it to the first saga, which I'm it's like it's fine, it's not like a big deal, you know what I mean? So I'm just waiting for them to give us like a Shadowbringers. So when they do that, it's gonna go nuts. So yeah. Anywho, that's all for me though. That's all I want. I just want Shadowbringers again. I can't watch the trailer though because I think this trailer is like crazy. There's crazy spoilers. Yoshi P interview about 14 problems drives Xenos mad. Oh, that's a recent video. Oh, okay. I'm gonna watch that later because I don't want to watch Xenos talk about 14. Not right now, at least. I'll get there eventually. Do we need Juno coins for the new one? Yes, correct. So you gotta do Juno and Sandoria to get stuff that you want for the like twines and shines and that stuff. Yeah. So that's why there's no echo for the fight because you got to do both of them. Which, that being said, I mean, you know, I think the idea is if in theory you would have done you would have done Alliance Raid every single week so that you wouldn't have to do Juno. But obviously, like, not people don't do that. So like, you know what I mean. So yeah. Which that being said though, I 100% plan to go back and do Juno as well. I like Juno like a lot, so I mean, it doesn't matter to me. Juno is incredible, you know. That's what I do when I'm not boycotting the raids. Not boycotting. You're boycotting the raids right now or no? Or you mean like in general? Because generally I can understand it, but like right now I'm like, why? You know. Also, hi Emmy, how's it going? Welcome on in, welcome on in. I'm currently downloading Guilty Gear, so I refuse to unlock the Dawn Trail raids. Why? I wonder if there's like something that I'm not aware of when it comes to the Juno raids. Streaming at night? Yeah, yeah. So here's my plan for tomorrow. I'm gonna do an early stream. I want to do a day stream where I cover a lot of the stuff that I have on like I have like a sticky note, and my sticky note is this thing right here. So when I stream, I'm gonna get like breakfast and like a hopefully like a coffee, something of the nature. And then what we're gonna do is go down and check out all of this stuff. So I've already logged out in Roggers on my Ether character. So I'm gonna check the vendors for UCOB and Uwu and check if those ultimate weapons get updated. And then I'm gonna teleport to Crystarium and check for T. And then I'm gonna go to Red Han and look at DSR. There's no reason to like look at top, but I'll probably look at every single weapon vendor like just in case. And then oh, I'm gonna probably move. I'm gonna literally just go like down the list. So what I should do, which is smarter, is to check O12S weapons for Viper Picto before I leave Roggers, because there's no O12S weapons for Viper Picto, even though there's top weapons. So it's kind of weird. So hopefully that like ends up being like a thing. So we'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna check out the vendors for the weapons. And then we're gonna look at the trial vendors for Pick the Viper. Theoretically, I want to check either SOS or Hades and then see what that looks like in at least in some sense, because I'm hoping that they reveal which ultimate weapon they'll be using like design wise. So we'll find out. And then we'll check the market board for all of the gathering crafting stuff, which I'm going to end up either going to go get myself or buy. And then we're going to look at which crafted weapon they're going to use for the extreme in the vendor for the market board. Fingers crossed it's Ensinger. And if it's not Ensinger, I'm going to crash out. So there's that. And then we'll look at the market board for the map stuff. And then I want to see where you get the Riot accessory fashion thingy, which is cool. Then we'll check out the the PvP stuff. Then we'll look at all the double die options for stuff. There's no Manderville. They're updating the Manderville weapons design wise, in terms of the quality. So I'm not sure why that's a case scenario, but I have a theory. And then the patch notes should be coming out in exactly 4 hours from now. And so I'm gonna save those for when I turn my stream on tomorrow. Instead of reading them tonight, I'm gonna just people will absolutely be like, "Yo, patch notes are up." It's like, okay, cool. Don't tell me nothing. I consider patch notes a spoiler, so just I'm making that very clear. But I will look at all the patch notes tomorrow morning. 4 hours at midnight? No, no, no. 4 hours at 1 a.m. Eastern time. The patch notes, the complete patch notes should come out 1 a.m. tonight. So in 4 hours. In 3 hours, it's midnight from now. So 4 hours will be 1 a.m. That's when they should drop the actual link for the patch notes. And then I'm gonna be like keeping an eye out for reworks and whatnot. So we'll see about that. And booted, yeah, I think a Lucky Parcel is starting to get the boot. It's like past 904, right? It's like yeah, it's 904. So and then we'll look at chat bubble stuff. We'll look at mounting changes. That's like a UI thing that they did with the interface for the game, or quality of life rather. And then we'll look at what the Phoenix Downs look like in terms of where to find them. And then I'm gonna say just go buy like 1,000 of them. So we'll find out. And then we'll look at the casting bar thing. It's a quality of life change that they're updating where above the enemy's HP bar, when you're targeting the thing, it'll actually show you them casting the attack, which is apparently more interactive than just looking at it on like your HUD. So there will be at least more than one place where you can find that information. And then we'll check out to Claw's point from before, to see if in S9 there are mount token updates, because there is a possibility that it's a mount token thing. I hadn't considered that. And then apparently they also updated bicolored gemstone vendors, so we'll look at that also. So like we'll see. But anyways, let me see real quick. Because I'm mad about the Endwalker patches being so much FF4 and don't really care about FF11 anyway, so I decided I wasn't gonna do the crossover. I wanted decent original content. Oh, I see, I see. Even if the line series have been crossovers to Stormblood. Um well, the only crossover alliance raid that they didn't do a crossover with was Endwalker, like technically, but uh I understand what you mean though, so but I think that they're deliberately doing the collaboration thing, only because of the incredible timing of what it is, because tactics being a crossover thing was one thing, which is like fine, um, but people didn't expect that to become like a crossover thing. So there's that. But near crossover was just to promote near. which is fine though because like it's a Square Enix game, so people were not really mad about it because that was like a non-Final Fantasy crossover, so it blew people's minds out of the water. And then Endwalker came out, but people, Endwalker is a whole different spiel. And then of course with this one, yeah, they went back to the tactics route. So what I keep on telling people is to compare certain parts of the content in comparison to other previous expansions. And I literally just said that like the story is very a Realm Reborn esque, but it's also very Stormblood esque. There's a lot of familiarities to this expansion to Stormblood personally, so that's kind of what I'm thinking about for the most part. So I understand if you want like an original thingy, but I will say though, it depends on what your appeal is to the alliance raids. If you want like a good story thing, I will say the story mode is 14 original. It uses FF11 assets, but it does actually use like Dawn Trail characters in its lore implication. So the storytelling is original. It's not just repeating FF11's story. It uses the bosses, but it doesn't use the actual storyline. The story for 11 is very good, but the Dawn Trail Alliance Raid one is also very fascinating. There's actually like a deeper lore implication point that's being made going into the next one coming out tomorrow. So fingers crossed, it's like really well told. Because the first one was insane. I was not ready to deal with it the way that it came out. So yeah, and also like when they released the Evilise Alliance raid tier, that story mode was also like holy crap. Because like with Niers, they just redid Nier. Like it wasn't like it was original, but they still copied the formula to the T. But they just what they did was I won't spoil it, but basically TLDR in Nier Automata the story goes forward, but in 14 they make the story and they do it backwards. That's all that it is. So the way how Nier Automata's story is told, 14 just takes the concept of it and just does it in the reverse order, and it feels original as a result. But if you play Automata, you'll know very quickly that it's just being told backwards. So there's that. Um, and then for Ivalice, I mean, I don't remember exactly what it was. Well, I mean, no, it actually just kind of retells the story. 11, I don't entirely know, but 11 is not doing the thing that they did with Tactics, where they like repeat the storytelling. Because I think that they didn't want to do that because they had already done it twice. So there is original storytelling for the Dawn Trail Alliance raid, which I like, but it does use the bosses from the thing. That being said, though, Sandoria, which is the new one coming out tomorrow, is implementing a new system that's never been put in the game ever in the history of the game. And so I'm already expecting it to be like a top three Alliance raid, period, because of the way that it's going to be. Hopefully, it's more difficult than Juno. And if it is, it's taking like a top three spot, guaranteed. Like, not even like a discussion. So we'll see. Um, Yes, not a copy of story as much as 6.0 MSQ was, even though they did make a lot of original story for 6.0. Though I'm not particularly impressed with the story of the 11 raids. I mean, again, I get that though. I don't really like blame you for feeling the way that you feel. I can't completely like relate because I know the characters and the models and like the enemies designed in the usage, but the actual like lore points I'm not entirely familiar with by comparison. I'd have to go back and actually like remind myself what they were. I did go and I watched a lot of 11 lore, but it's already been so long that like I kind of just like forgot about it, you know? The catching drops? No. So the new implemented system that they're creating for the Alliance raid is that you know how you go through like Labyrinth of the Ancients, for example, the very first Alliance raid ever, and you know how everyone goes to the left and then you deal with that part, and then you do the boss, and you go to the right, deal with that part, then you run in the middle, same bosses, rinse and repeat all the way through. It's the same order, same thing every single time. This alliance raid for the very first time ever in history, they're actually changing the boss that you can fight. So you can't go through it once and then go through it twice and get the same thing. You can potentially get a different like flow of bosses. There's not just like, four bosses. There's actually like seven instead, which I think is insane. Because the fact that they're creating something like that for the sake of the quality is unheard of in 14. There's variant paths, correct? Yes, there are. No, there's not variant paths. You don't pick a direction. There's an instance. It spawns you in the instance, and it already predetermines the four bosses you fight. But it's not the same four bosses every single time. That's the thing. I mean, I think it only happens with the first boss. So I think, for example, the final three paths are the same, but the first path is four bosses. So you don't know this because they didn't cover it in the live letter. They covered it in an interview. So that's the problem. Sandoria, they didn't show you. The translation didn't actually explain that there were variant pathing when it comes to instancing. There was a recent interview that you should be talked about with the alliance raids about how incredible it was to do the alliance stuff, and they wanted to change it up, and so they implemented that system. Because the casual players, to his understanding, is that he's trying to create replayability but also create content that appeals to every player base type, regardless if you're like casual or hardcore. And so for the alliance raid, he's experimenting with this alliance raid where the story is not repeated. In terms of the you know, you don't want to play hallway simulator the whole time. They're now incorporating like a multi-boss thing. So it's going to be very fascinating to see how that turns out, because you can actually watch people do Sandoria tomorrow, and you can watch 4 different streams and potentially get 4 different bosses. I think that's so cool. So I know Chimera summons versus yeah. I mean 4 lore, yeah. So like Seiryu, Suzaku, Byaku, Genbu, like those are going to be in there somewhere. There's Kirin as well. They've already also confirmed that Camelot is going to be the like the big bad, and then also his brothers in there too, which is really sick because those 2 villains are super. Oh, they're so good, man. The storytelling for it is so good. What the fucking cat? So yeah. And then also the glamour thing is appealing to a lot of players as well, which is like whatever, because like, you know, glam is glam. We always like love glam. So what am I looking at? This is my wallpaper, bruh. Also, this is a little post-it note for what we're gonna do when we wake up tomorrow morning. So also, what's up, Zabi? But yeah, I was in the process of downloading Guilty Gear Strive, and it's ready. So is that. But yeah, we're kind of just like talking. So this is an old. Then why the fuck did you cat? But yeah, so um yeah. We just wanted to kind of yap about 14. You know, it's a 14 stream, like, you know, before we start changing the game up. So yeah, I just wanted to put some thoughts out there about like what's going on. So oh my god, she's driving a truck. God no, I'll throw you out the house in the room. But yeah, so anyways, this is what I plan to do tomorrow morning when I stream. Really, when I watched 14 yesterday, was it really the cool 1v1 2D fighting game? I mean, yeah, but we got like a different one now, you know? We got like a different one. So, uh I apparently me and Axel are gonna throw hands again. She was mad that we played a fighting game that she had no idea about and that I had an idea about, and then I was winning. So now she's like, okay, now we're going to turn the table and we're going to play a game that you don't know that I know, and then we'll see if it works the same way, who gets like the last laugh, which I'm like, whatever. Also, what's up, Dodo? Yeah. FF is on break today. What are you doing? Yeah. 14 is down until 6 in the morning. So we gotta deal with 8-hour maintenance. So yeah, the game is just down right now. It's actually kicking people out slowly but surely. So yeah. Currently 14 is unplayable until 6 a.m. EST. Which is fine. I mean, we can easily